Und da sind wir wieder in Stanleys kleine Büro.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Hm?
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Was ist
No
mit den
matter how
Computern
hard
passiert?
Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
So, das wollte ich haben. Ich will da hoch. Lass mich da hoch, Mann. Ich will da hoch. So, das war das Ende. The end is never the end is never the end is never the... Das ist auch so ein bisschen... werden wir wiedergeboren? Müssen wir immer denselben Scheiß machen? Nochmal und nochmal und nochmal. Zeit verändert sich, aber verändern wir uns dann damit?
Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've
Passiert hier
gotten off
nichts
on the wrong
zufällig in
foot
diesem
here.
Spiel.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Irgendwas enthält Informationen, da hat es vorgewarnt.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to...
Juhu, wir sind zu Hause im Apartment 427.
Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Was?
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you?
Ja.
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Guten Morgen, Angestellter 427. Drücke F auf deiner Tastatur. Jetzt sind wir wirklich Stanley. Jetzt kriegen wir unsere Anweisungen. Und das sieht aus wie so ein Schaufensterpüppchen.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him. And every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his
Und das hat das
existence.
Schlafzimmer blockiert. Drücke T.
Look at him there, pushing buttons,
Huch,
doing
hat sich der
exactly
Tisch
what he's
verändert?
told to do.
Ja, das ist
Now
mein
he's
Bürotisch.
pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Drücke X.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Drücke P, um fernzusehen.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Drücke 8, um Zeit mit den Kindern zu verbringen. Mit welchen Kindern habe ich Kinder mit der Schaufensterpuppe?
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Drücke 1, um das Abendessen vorzubereiten.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Lustig, das haben wir alles schon gemacht. Alles hier verwandelt sich in mein komisches Büro. Ich erzähle den Kindern eine Geschichte.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Drücke 1, um deiner Frau zu sagen, dass du sie liebst.
But there is no answer.
Weg ist
How
sie.
could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets which life is the real one.
Drücke Z, um schlafen zu gehen.
And I'm trying to tell him this. That in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Drücke V, um morgen früh bei der Arbeit zu sein. Ja, jetzt würde es stehen bleiben. Ich drücke andere Knöpfe. Passiert nichts.
You see?
So.
Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Büro. Drücke 8, um nichts in Frage zu stellen.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose.
Ja,
I'll
er kann auch
try
nichts
once more
anderes
to
tun.
convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Bitte
Stanley pushed
stirb.
a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I
Tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. Stanley ist tot. The end is never the end is never the end is never the end. Ich hatte dieses Ending irgendwie länger im Kopf. Das hatte ich ja schon mal. Na, egal. Alle Computer benutzt. Was passiert? Was passiert? Welcome, Stanley, to heaven. Oh mein Gott. Wow. Das ist nicht der Himmel. Das ist furchtbar. Hey. Obwohl, vielleicht ist es für Stanley der Himmel. So viele Knöpfe, die man drücken kann. So stehen können wir es nicht mehr. Okay. Bah! Wenn das der Himmel ist, will ich da nie hin. Nein, da gehe ich nicht nochmal
Even
hin.
now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Nein, auch nicht unter den Tischen. Ah, ich will da hoch. Ha, so geht's. Wow. Ich bin im großen Weiß.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Es ist einzigartig.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want. Like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain. There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. You too will become quite unbearable.
Das ist gut. Das Lied will ich haben. Singt er noch mehr oder kann ich jetzt aufhören? Nee, ich glaube, ich kann jetzt aufhören. Okay. Ja. Gut. Damit haben wir, soweit ich das sehe, alle Endings erreicht, die man erreichen kann. Und da ich keine Lust habe, den Speedrun noch zu machen, würde ich sagen, beenden wir das Let's Play hier. Ich hoffe, ihr hattet Spaß und bis zum nächsten Mal. Diese Truppe hat ja, glaube ich, noch mehr seltsame Spiele gemacht in letzter Zeit. Bis dann!